The Switch 2 just came out and I could not be more excited. I mean, the first Switch was a perfect console outside of Joy-Con drift and issues and processing power to name a few, but the one thing that the Switch always had was games. So let's rank them. Okay, these are the 3 launch titles. Let's talk about this. Not the best. It left a lot to be desired. 1-2 Switch, I think it's good fun for a day. Me and my friends, we got pretty competitive with it because it got to take advantage of the HD Rumble, and it's kind of just like a mega pack of mini games, and there's a couple in there that I think are really good. Snipper Clips, it's weird because it is forgetful, but I also think every time I remember it, I go, that was pretty fun. And then there's Breath of the Wild. I would be a fool to not put it at least as high as console defining. Personally, I can't put it much higher than that. I can't say it's peak. I think this is a game that changed the entire landscape of gaming. But I love my Dungeon Zelda. Breath of the Wild is so big, expansive, inspired, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of nice things I can say. 99% of people put it in peak. I get that. But yeah, I just got to slide it right there. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is a tricky one. It's peak, right? Like, it's so peak, but it's like not even really a Switch game. Maybe I'm a little Stockholm Syndrome because we played it for 11 years with no new Mario Kart, but the tracks are good, the music's good, we got expansions on it, you know? Look, I don't care if this is technically a Wii U game. Breath of the Wild is technically a Wii U game if you really want to get into it. I think it's perhaps one of the best games ever made, one of the best selling for sure. And then there's ARM. Oh, this is such a hard, no, it's not actually that hard. But the thing about ARMS, because I want to say something nice before every not nice thing. It does not land any of the marks I want for a fighting game. However, the character design is unrivaled. I think out of all Nintendo properties, I think they absolutely cooked on this one. The music's pretty good. Like, everything is good about the game except the gameplay, in my opinion. I think I'm gonna say it's fun for a day. Played it for a day. Yeah, I think that feels a bit better. Then we got Splatoon 2, which for me, Splatoon is kind of like a single player game. The PvP in Splatoon never really clicked for me. Just never really got sold on it. The story mode's fun. I like it. Like, it's definitely worth it at bare minimum. This could be console defining, but I'll say it's worth it for now. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is a real if you know, you know game. This is straight to the top. This is one of the best Nintendo games ever made. It was baby XCOM, but you still had to think a little bit. The world is good. The combat feels fun. Luigi does dab in it, unfortunately, but this game it's pretty good. Oh, and then we got Pokken DX. I think I can say this is forgetful. I think a lot of people kind of forget Pokken's on the Switch to begin with. I don't know if I can necessarily call it bad. I'm gonna save this tier for games I think like are objectively bad. And there's Fire Emblem Warriors. This is a me thing. This is not my objective take on every Switch game. This is a personal tier list, and I gotta put Fire Emblem Warriors kind of up here because it's slop, but so is this video, and you're watching it. Oh, and if I can talk about a game that's not on the Switch that might or might not be today's sponsor, but legally speaking, they are today's sponsor. Crystal of Atlan is a brand new MMORPG with a magic punk theme. In the world where magic and technology coexist together, there are so many ways to go about your journey, like with one of the 11 classes that are unlocked from the start. Of course, each class has many different combinations of attacks, with each combination leading to different outcomes. Because Crystal of Atlan allows you to experience total control over skill, cast, character, and movement, it offers a unique aerial experience with their combat system that's not found in traditional MMOs. With that in mind, skill is the determining factor for your outcomes in the game's competitive PvP modes, whether you want a 3v3 or 1v1 experience. And if you didn't know, Crystal of Atlan is available for free to download now on iOS, Google Play, PC, and PS5. There are free rewards available at the official launch, and by logging in 2 days, you will get a Twilight Gala outfit, and for 3 days, you will get a pet for free. And in late June, there will be a special collaboration with One Punch Man in the first update. So check out the download link in the description and use the code on screen for extra rewards. What needs to be said about Super Mario Odyssey? It's no secret that I am a massive fan of this game. I gotta put it to the top. I don't know how to describe to you how good this game is as if you've never played it or watched it. Too much water, too many moons. There are complaints about it, but they aren't things that bother me. But of all 3D platformer Mario games, I think this is my favorite movement. Of course, more as I speed ran it. I have a very emotional connection to this game. Odyssey is at the top. It just has to be. Ooh, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Out of all Xenoblade entries, this is my least favorite, but it's still pretty good. Being worse than Xenoblade 1 and 3, you are like batting like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Pyra Mythra, incredible characters. I don't know if like console defining is like the real word I would use for it. You know what? I go back and forth on this. Ooh, Bayonetta 1 and 2. I do like Bayonetta 2 more. I think Bayonetta is like a game that kind of finds its footing halfway through. This console defining tier is kind of like, it really only worked for Breath of the Wild. I think I need to change this tier. I'll put console bangers. Bayonetta 1, it's worth it. It's probably lower. It's more fun than a day, but I'll put it down here. Ooh, Star Allies. I think it's kind of fun for a day. There's a lot of heart in the game, but I kind of want to feel like I'm overcoming a bit more. I think that's just maybe a Kirby critique in general. It's a beautiful game. It's a fun game. The friends are fun. You get to play as Marks. Yeah, all in all, it's fun. Okay, let's tackle the Labo. I do have a video on my channel from like 2018 maybe, where Kate and I put together this Nintendo Labo piano. I don't think the expensive Nintendo cardboard makes any sense for existing, but it was fun for a day. And then they did more. I think I'm gonna keep ranking the Labos lower and lower as we go. I think it's forgettable. And then Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Like, I think I have to view these through the lens of not a port. Speaking of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, I will be honest, I did not play this on the Switch. I did play it on the Wii U. All I really remember was the funky mode getting added. You know what? I'll put it in worth it. It's more fun than Star Allies in my opinion. And even if I were to put it right here, I gotta give it up for funky mode. That's hilarious. Then there's Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Like Tropical Freeze, I never played the Switch version. This feels a little hypocritical to put it down here. Fire Emblem Warriors and Hyrule Warriors are kind of the exact same game, but the reason I have to put it lower is just because I like the Fire Emblem cast more. Oh, and then we got Pokemon Quest, the first mobile game port on the Switch, the first of many. I can confidently say this is the first game on this tier list that is not very good, parentheses bad. And then there's Sushi Striker Way of Shushido. I'm gonna have to phone a friend for this one. Did not touch this game, did not get anywhere near this game. I think it's forgettable. I imagine that it's better than Pokemon Quest though. Wait, Mario Tennis Aces? They've kind of fumbled Mario sports games over the last decade or so. I don't know why it's so hard to make the Italian man play golf nowadays, but Tennis Aces? The story mode was fun. You could play with your friends, you had doubles. I loved Mario Tennis Aces. I'm putting this game high. And then there's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Is this also a Wii U game? I think it's kind of mesmerizing in a very simple way. It's not gonna blow you away by any means, but you kind of boot it up, plan on playing it for a while, but it's just so simple and easy to dive into where you kind of end up playing for a few hours. It's fun for a day. I think I need to start being a little harsher though. I'm gonna say Labo, I just played it for a day. I think that's fair. Oh, and then we got some real heat. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna, the Golden Country. This is incredible. I don't know how to explain this to someone who has not played Xenoblade. This combat is phenomenal. Every song sounds like this. I'm sure you've heard it, even if you didn't know this was from Xenoblade. This song is phenomenal and they cooked. They cooked so hard. And then they just made more Labo. I think I just gotta keep ranking them lower and lower. It was an idea that barely worked once and they just kept doing it. Ooh, Super Mario Party. I'm a little critical, I think, because I'm such a huge fan of Mario Party. I've logged thousands of hours across all the titles. As far as Mario Party is concerned, is not very good, but in the relative scheme of gaming, I think it's good. I'd say it's definitely worth it. I enjoy it more than some other games, but Super Mario Party, I think it's just a really weak installment in the series. It's better than being in the car, but the buddies kind of ruin it, and the boards are kind of awful. Yeah, you know, it goes a little lower, actually. This is a controversial one, I think. People don't really think that highly of Pokemon Let's Go. They think it's Baby Kanto, but I raise you a question. Who likes catching wild Pokemon? I like that they simplified the mind-numbing part. In all of my Nuzlocke, I usually have some gimmick that allows me to avoid catching Pokemon for a reason. I think this game looks good, dare I say beautiful. Definitely the best looking console Pokemon game on the Switch, but for what it is, this game is supposed to convert Pokemon Go fans into Pokemon fans. I'll say it's worth it. I don't think it's a console banger, but it's definitely up here. I like it. Oh, wait, who am I to rank Super Smash Bros. Ultimate anything short of like the best on the Switch. Like, not only is this console defining, it was like career defining for me. I obviously had a channel and some good amount of momentum. I had 1 million subs before Smash Ultimate came out, but by the time I stopped making Smash Ultimate videos, I already had like 2.5 million subs. Like, this game did a lot for me, but above all else, it is a phenomenal game. There's a lot of intricate mechanics that I'm not super fond of, but as just a surface level video game, 1,000 phenomenal songs, nearly 100 insane character picks, I gotta give it up. This is a game unlike any other. This was unrivaled as just the best crossover event in gaming history. I remember where I was when that first reaction of showing all the characters into the everyone is here. Like, hands up cinema, you know? Smash Bros. Ultimate was a cultural phenomenon, and I was just lucky enough to be along for the ride. And then there's New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, the game with like 3 subtitles. I did do a series over this, and I gotta say, I played it for a day. Not much more I can say than that. Wait. Y'all don't know this about me. I love Tetris, and funny enough, the Joy-Con are actually phenomenal controllers for Tetris. I don't know if I can put this in peak, but this is a console banger. It's such a simple concept, but this made me realize, back in an era where I didn't really like Fortnite, I saw Tetris 99 and thought, oh, I actually love the Battle Royale concept. And then, you know, they made other games like Fall Guys and whatnot, which just took the Battle Royale format and put it in other genres of gaming. I think Battle Royale is so cool. Tetris 99 delivers. And then there's Yoshi Crafted World. I feel so confident locking in Forgettable. I confuse this with Yoshi Woolly World all the time. I don't even have much to say. You know what? I actually did play it for a day, and I forgot, which means it is the quintessential forgettable game. I don't know what else to say. And then there's just even more Labo. I think this is the last one, hopefully, on the list. I'm just disappointed at this point. Oh wait, no, this is the VR one. I did play this for a day. No, I will give it up for that one. Box Boy and Box Girl. I played Box Boy. Does he just have a girlfriend now? Oh, it's a sequel. I'm sure this game is good, but now I'm a little mad that they didn't market it better as a sequel. I'm sure it's fun, but I'm gonna put it in forgettable. I'm mad now. Ooh, Cadence of Hyrule? Not only is this game incredible, but you got to play as Zelda, which is fun. I know tons of people who worked on the soundtrack, but the most impressive part about this is that Nintendo lent out their IP. The fact that this is even in this tier list from an indie developer kind of blows my mind. It's a console banger. I put it high up here. I had a lot of fun with Cadence of Hyrule. Super Mario Maker 2. Look, I know I might sound a bit crazy for this, but I genuinely believe Super Mario Maker 2 might be one of the greatest games ever made. Ever. This game is going to inspire generations of game developers, and what you can do in this world is incredible. I made a super world. I did a lot of levels for fun. I made that whole Fast 50 competition. And on top of that, Joe and I have put hours into Endless Easy. Mario Maker 2 brings me more joy than any other game on this list though. And then there's 3 houses. I played all 4 stories. I am a massive Fire Emblem fan. This does deviate a lot from what I like in Fire Emblem, which is kind of my critique on Zelda, but God, do I love these characters so much. Blue Lions is probably the best story in the game if you're gonna play it once. I really like Byleth as a silent protagonist because they kind of write it into the canon. Also, I don't really get to show this one off. I have a Crest of Flames tattoo. I'll put it above Breath of the Wild. Ooh, Astral Chain. Normally I'm a fan of Platinum games. I didn't really get into it. I don't know. I played it for a day. I don't really think it sparked joy. I don't know. I just played it. Super Kirby Clash. Oh, wait, no, I do remember this. Oh, okay. I think this game's forgettable. I did play it, but I looked at it and had to really ponder what it was. And then there's Link's Awakening. At the end of the day, it's a Zelda. It's worth it. It's cute. It's a game that doesn't really get a lot of love. It's very pretty. Oh, I think this goes higher, actually. I don't know if people are gonna vibe with this one, but Ring Fit Adventure is kind of a phenomenal game. It's unironically incredible cardio. I thought it was gonna be like some Wii Fit bullshit. The amount of cardio this game makes you do and get off your ass, it's very good. Like right when I was starting to lose weight, I kind of played this game and it made me realize how easy it is to get off my ass and just do it. I don't know, it's fun. Luigi's Mansion 3, I think this might be the prettiest looking game on Switch outside of like anything Monolith has done. I think there's a lot of other games I do like more, but I think I'll put it in console banger above everything else. It's a little slept on and it's a little little silly, and there's like a lot of things in the game that I find like a little redundant. Oh, they did add Polterpup though, so no, you're right. This deserves its placement. Then Mario and Sonic go to the Olympics. Look, I've kind of forgotten how many times they do this at this point. I think it's forgettable. This is a slop game, but what the hell is the Stretchers? This is a new tier. I don't even know how to sum this one up. It's not even forgettable. I've just never seen it before. Oh, Sword and Shield. I gotta say, I don't even think that tree looked that bad. One thing people always criticize Sword and Shield for, the Dexit, right? When they went from having maybe 800 mons to 400, I was fine with it. If we get to like Gen 16 and they're still doing every mod and then they want to call it, then it's like, well, some of the best character designs in the entire game. As a champion, I love Leon. I don't think people give him enough credit. And this game is a little special for me because this was kind of what pivoted me into making more Pokemon content, getting into VGC. I'll say it's worth it. A lot of the ideas kind of get a bit more realized in Scarlet Violet. It just kind of sucks that this game looks so much better than Scarlet Violet. And then there's Brain Training. They make this on every console. I'll just call it forgettable. I can't keep up with these anymore. Oh my god. And then there's Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE Encore. That is the proper title of it, right? I played this game once because I am a big Fire Emblem fan at the time. Never played any SMT, even Persona at that point. I did play it. It did spark joy. Actually, Astral Chain, I was lying to myself. It goes down here. I think if I were to come back to this game today, it would spark a lot more joy. But whatever I have in my head, it's like, I remember enjoying it and then I never played it again. But how in the hell do I rank Pokemon Home? I guess it's a game. Worth it? I guess. Like, it's never really made me think this is fun. It's worth it. It's necessary. Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. I mean, Mystery Dungeon is phenomenal. It's worth it. I think it does look fun. I would love to see Explorers of Sky remade. I think the visuals are pretty hit or miss for people. I personally like it. I think it's a better version than the originals for sure. It's good. It's worth it. Animal Crossing New Horizon. I think this game came out at the perfect time. Of course, people were asking Nintendo, please release it earlier. But New Horizons, it's weird because I think as an Animal Crossing game, New Leaf is better, miles ahead. There's a lot of things in Animal Crossing that like, they give you so many tools, but I kind of like the limitation. There's just so much in New Horizons I don't really like, but the game came out at the perfect time. So I have to factor that in, but New Horizons is up here. Good job. This goes in the Stretchers tier. I feel like I'm so like, well, look at this jump rope challenge. This is just, I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. I just don't know it. Period. But we got Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I gotta make a new tier. Hold up. Genuinely the greatest game ever made. I'm sorry. There's nothing in this world that could convince me that Xenoblade Chronicles is not the best game on the Switch. And I know it's a remake. It was a Wii game. But let's just talk about that. That Wii game was ugly as sin, and it was phenomenal. They brought the original voice acting cast back. They redid the entire soundtrack. The game is unrecognizable visually, and above all else, I think it's one of the greatest stories ever told. I don't know, I am such a massive defender of Xenoblade Chronicles. Nothing in me can say this isn't the best game ever made. And then we have a fierce competitor to the title, Clubhouse 51 Game Worldwide Classics. This game is absolutely like the most fun for a day, but I think for what it is, the silly factor on this game existing is through the roof. I think Clubhouse 51 Games is a masterpiece. Pokemon Cafe Remix, it's Pokemon, so I gave it a shot. It's just not a game for me. This is the kind of game my mom likes, you know, and she's so far from playing video games. She logged like 200 hours in Suika game, for Christ's sake. And now we got Paper Mario Origami King. This game genuinely might have like a top 5 greatest soundtrack of all time, and it's so dynamic with what you're doing. This game has so much going for it. I just think the battle mechanics are a little unfun. I think they would be incredible for like boss fights or like once in a pivotal moment, but when you have to do the same kind of fighting style every single time, that's what makes the game a bit tiring for me. I'll say it's worth it. I can say it's at the top of worth it though. Then there's Super Mario 3D All-Stars. You guys want to know something really embarrassing? One time I bought like 12 copies of 3D All-Stars as a joke. Because you remember, it was a limited time only game. They said it was only gonna last till like March, and then there's off the shelves for good. So I got drunk with my friends and I ordered 13 copies of 3D World on Amazon. Or not 3D World, 3D All-Stars. I had to stand on the purchase rate. I was like, it's investing, it's stocks, it's gonna go through the roof. But then they just kept selling it after that date anyways. So if anyone would like a copy of 3D All-Stars, Hit me up. I think all 3 games are phenomenal, but I think the concept of it kind of pisses me off. It's not that I'm saying these games are bad. I just think the compilation is lazy. Kirby Fighters 2 is an interesting one because it's obviously just like a platform fighter. I think as someone who has played such a wide variety of platform fighters from Slap City to Rivals 1 and 2, I think I'm a huge connoisseur of platform fighters, and Kirby Fighters 2, I didn't really like it. I don't fully remember what my complaints were, but I remember not liking it. I don't think it's forgettable. I do think about it. I just played it for a day. Then there's Mario Bros 35. Never has a game pissed me off more because I can't play it anymore. This game was peak. It's like the same reason I was talking about Tetris. It's just a battle royale, but it's not a shooter. It's so cool. It's so fun. This game had it all. And then suddenly it was gone because fuck you. This game's going down simply because I can't play it. And then there's Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. I have absolutely no idea why this exists. It's pretty funny. I made a fun video with it. I think it's fun for a day. There's Part-Time UFO. This is not a game because I have seen this. I think it's forgettable. If you ask me on like a Sporkle quiz to name every Switch game, this is not making the cut. Oh, Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Can I skip ahead? Can I just grab Pikmin 1 and 2 because I saw that they're also on here? These are not Switch games. I guess 3 Deluxe kind of is, but not really. I think they did improve Pikmin 3. Pikmin 2 is such a bullshit game design kind of game, and I love it. I think how Pikmin works is you're either a fan of 2 and 4 or 1 and 3, because these games are like so kind of similar with their design philosophy. Given that, I'm a 2 guy. I think they're all bangers. I'm not a huge fan of 1. I think it's a little lackluster, but I think it's still worth it. I think Pikmin 1 is a great game. Believe it or not, some of the best games on the Switch are not games that were made for the Switch. And then there's Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This is better, in my opinion, than the first Hyrule Warriors. We run into the same issue as Fire Emblem Warriors, where it's just like, I just like the cast of Fire Emblem more. I'll put it down here though. It is a very good game. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. I think Bowser's Fury, it's kind of the same as Shadow Generations, where I'm sure it was supposed to be released as its own thing, but they were like, we want people to buy it. It also introduces a lot of new mechanics to Mario that only kind of works, in my opinion. I think a more fleshed out version of this formula would go very far. I don't think it makes the peak tier list, but it goes pretty high. And then Pac-Man 99. It has the same charm that you would think Tetris 99 and Mario 35 have, but I just don't think being good as Pac-Man feels as satisfying as being good at Tetris or Mario. So I played it for a day. Pac-Man's always been the kind of game where I understand how you put your quarters into it, but I don't think a game like this would ever hold up today. Pokemon Snap is oddly forgettable. It's beautiful, genuinely one of the most visually impressive games on the Switch, but for some reason no one talks about it, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe the formula just doesn't work in modern day. I can't say much more than that, but the game is definitely fun for at least a day. And then we got Famicom Detective Club. This is another phone a friend moment. You know what? I'm gonna put this tier right in the middle. Apparently they're good. It's a tier where I cannot personally say if they are or aren't, but I have heard of them. I just know nothing about them. This feels fair. I'll give it up. I'm halfway through my playthrough. Miitopia is just RPG Mad Libs. It's a story unlike any other. You already see chat erupting. Yes, it's another port, but it goes up here. Never have I seen the silly factor turned up to 11 before. We love Miitopia. Oh, but you know what we don't love? Game Builder Garage. I am gonna outright call a game bad. I played it expecting like kind of this WarioWare, like a Mario Maker with a broader scope. Just felt like a waste of my time. I remember Ross and I were talking about this a lot. We were both excited as 2 huge Mario Maker fans, and the game just doesn't have the sauce. Oh, Mario Golf Super Rush. It's so sad that Tennis Aces is so good, but Super Rush, I needed this game to be good. We've had so many good Mario Golf games. It's not even just that it's bad, it's so disappointing. Like Mario Golf, Toadstool Tour, give it up, but this game is so not great. Ooh, then there's Skyward Sword. I do like Skyward Sword. I don't know if the $60 price tag on the, like, it didn't look bad on the Wii, you know, much like Wind Waker, where it's like, I don't know if it'd be worth the full $60, because I'm assuming it's a full $60. Fun for a day sounds a little disingenuous because Zelda is not going to be beaten in a single day, but I'm just going to put it in fun for a day and we're just not going to think about it too hard. Now we got some heat on our hands. Pokemon Unite, this is controversial. I loved it. I think this is a console banger. I have put so many hours into games that I do not think are good. It doesn't mean they're good. It just means I love them. It's a console banger for me though. I do like it more than Animal Crossing. That one feels reasonable. Wait. WarioWare, get it together? All of WarioWare it's all about doing the mini games. They introduce characters to this. They introduce a tier list. On all accounts, you should say this is bad. Why would they do that? And somehow, I think this is like one of the best WarioWares in the entire series. I'm putting this peak. The mini games are fun. They have awesome multiplayer modes, and they even have like a post game. They let you use characters and other characters' mini games. Sometimes they work really well, and sometimes they don't work at all. But I think there's a lot of charm that they didn't gatekeep mini games off of being experimented with. I really like it. Speaking of phenomenal, Metroid Dread to the root. I think this game is incredible. One of the best games I've ever played. I think all top 5 of these are some of the best games I've ever played. From start to finish, the game encapsulates horror so well with like the Emmy bots. But what Metroid Dread does, it makes you feel good at the game. You ever get one of the parries on them fuckers and you just feel like a god? It deserves the spot. One of the best entries on the Switch easily. Mario Party Superstars? I think this is probably one of the best Mario Parties ever made. Is there a lot of missing potential? Yes. Should they have had DLC with more boards? Yes. One thing Superstars does well is that this is like the first great Mario Party in like a decade. So even though it's kind of like this nostalgia pack, that's okay. I would take Mario Party Superstars 2 if you just want to package up some GameCube boards, and I'll eat the slop all day. The number one thing Superstars has going for it is that the minigame selection is phenomenal. I can't say that about Jamboree, but Superstars nailed it. There's Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. A lot of people say that these remakes are awful. I just don't think Diamond and Pearl are that compelling of Pokemon games to begin with. Like, everyone trashed the port. Oh, it looks ugly. Oh, it looks like this. But I felt like people were exaggerating. I mean, I think people exaggerate with Sword and Shield. I just sometimes wonder if Pokemon fans like their games. As a certified game liker, I don't think these are very good. Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain. If you have not logged serious hours in this, y'all are sleeping. This game is incredible. First off, you get to make your own little character and they look adorable. Second, you get to make fun of your friends for being stupid. 3, multiplayer is super rubber bandy. So even if you're really stupid, you can win once at the end and still win. You would think it's a fun for a day, but I have booted this up multiple times and I've had a blast. And then there's Legends Arceus. I know a lot of people who don't like it because it's ugly as sin, and I'm not gonna tell you it's not, but my God, is it everything I want from a Pokemon game? Oh, do I put it up here? It is the best gameplay Pokemon has ever been. Ever. To this day, still true. Yeah, the battle mechanics are a little silly, but I think it's fine to have like this other Pokemon game that's not about PvP and it's about you versus the world. Never have I heard a soundtrack that just puts you in the vibe. I might even put it up here. It might be my favorite game on the Switch because it's the only one I go back to for fun. Not for content, but for fun. Kirby in the Forgotten Land. This is not a game I finished, if I can be so real. It's not because I got bored. I think I just had that very human thing happen where I started it and go, I'll get to this later. And then I just didn't. But it's worth it. I think I could say it's bangers or peak if I actually finished it. But I feel pretty confident putting it here. I at least know it's worth it. Then there's Switch Sports. Another game that kind of pisses me off. I wish they did all the Wii Sports games and then more. Basketball is whatever. The fencing game is weird. This is fun for a day, but it's still kind of disappointing. Yeah, at this point, it could just be forgettable. Then there's Strikers Battle League. Am I crazy to say that this is forgettable? And I think that's pretty shocking. I'll put it down here. I think it's like actually pretty embarrassing. Like, let's dial it back. I know this is like rose tinted glasses, but if you look at the GameCube, every sports game on the GameCube was peak. Just something about the Wii U and Switch where they just forgot how to make sports games. Oh my God. And then there's Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. This is another game I did start, I did finish. There's a lot of cool moments right from the beginning of this game. Like Kirby Forgotten Land, this could be peak. If anything, this tier list is making me think like, oh, I need to go play this game. I need to play this one. All things considered, I think over the past decade of Switch, it's kind of shocking that I've played all of these games. Oh, and then there's Xenoblade Chronicles 3. When this game first got announced, I kind of was like, what's the point? 2 made such a good ending for 1, and 1's ending made such a good ending for 2. What could we possibly need a third game for? My expectations genuinely were not high, but somehow Yeah, I think Xenoblade 3 has the highest emotional point of the entire Xenoblade series in Chapter 5. The only thing going against Xenoblade is that the last 10% kind of falls off. I think the final boss is fun, but it's not nearly as climactic as Xenoblade 1 or 2. But the high points in 3 are high. I genuinely believe if 3's ending stuck it just a little bit better, Xenoblade 3 is on top. Kirby's Dream Buffet. I can't even say it's fun for a day because I played this game a good amount and it's not expensive. It's like what, a couple dollars? I think I can put it right there. I think I played $60 games down here and had less fun than this $15 game. So a $15 Nintendo game, I take it, sure, why not? Ooh, Splatoon 3. Everyone tells me Splatoon 2 is better than 3, and I'm sure that might be true on like a competitive level or like an engine level or something, but I'm really just ranking these games on the joy the story modes brought me. A lot of speedrunning potential I found in this. Just how it was structured. I like seeing the characters. 3 is kind of a masterpiece, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll put it under Animal Crossing. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Kingdom Battle. Look, it's all the way up here. I am confidently saying this is one of the best games on the Switch, and if I can be honest, it could probably go higher. So my expectations were high with Sparks of Hope. I needed something incredible, and this was not it. I don't know. Kingdom Battle was fun because you were still restricted. You had a lot of options, but you're still restricted. In Sparks of Hope, you just got so power crept. Like, there is no struggle in this game at all. And something I really dislike is that they made every character feel a bit more samey. Like Kingdom Battle, you actually had to plan which character you wanted to bring for which mission. But Sparks of Hope, I feel like every character kind of became the same. I played it for more than a day. I beat the game, but I'm putting it here just because I was disappointed. And then there's Bayonetta 3. I was a huge fan of Bayonetta, hence my 1 and 2 rating. Also kind of disappointed by this one. I don't know. It's also messy. The story is messy. It falls with Sparks of Hope, where like these are fine games. I think they're even fun, but it's just a little disappointing when it comes after such behemoths. And then there's Scarlet Violet, which... let me finally put my take on Scarlet Violet out there. This is one of the best Pokemon games ever made if it wasn't so bad. This game is all gas in the story. I think 7 has a phenomenal story and 9 rivals it. There is so much to like about this game, but all the things you dislike about it are evident from the moment you boot it up. Whenever you focus on what you like, it's at the end in retrospect, but all throughout that journey, you were just focusing on like, yeah, I was playing on like 15 frames per second. Like, this is probably one of the only games on the Switch that I have had multiple crashes in. Like, it is bad. The story is good. They know how to write the characters, right? Like, that's not the problem. And above all else, they know how to design the characters. And beyond that, dare I say, the Gen 9 Dex is one of the best we've ever had. All 3 starters, phenomenal. Legendaries, great. Plus, terrestrialization is like the best gimmick Pokemon has ever had. I think they're great. I don't feel bad calling them peak because there is so much good in them, but my god is it bogged down by the bad. But then there's Fire Emblem Engage. Modern Fire Emblem is kind of hit or miss because every game they're trying to do something new, and this game is all fan service. Kinda. It's a new story, but they create this new element that allows you to use like the past spirits of all these characters that you know, and it's broken. It's a very broken mechanic, and above all else, it's fan servicey, and I love it. The story is some Mickey Mouse bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. A pretty weak story by Fire Emblem standards. However, this is the best gameplay has been in modern Fire Emblem. It's so good. Engage doesn't feel like it should be as good as it is, but hear me out. It is. Ooh, and then there's Metroid Prime Remastered. I have played all of these games to some capacity, somehow never touched Metroid Prime. I think that's something I need a remedy. I probably played through some of it as a kid on the GameCube. I'd like to get there eventually. Haven't gotten there yet. Then we have Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Return to Dreamland is kind of a peak game, but this falls into the Skyward Sword category where I just didn't buy it. I didn't buy it because I played it already. Doesn't it not have online play? I think that's why I didn't. I was gonna buy it until I found out it doesn't have online. Literally, they lost a purchase because it didn't have online play, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. Ooh, and then there's Cereza and the Lost Demon. This was a Bayonetta prequel. I got excited when I saw this. I said, can't wait to play it, and then I didn't play it. I'll say apparently they're good. This is such a Mickey Mouse-ass category. It's a real cop-out, but I don't know what else to say. Ooh, and then there's Advance Wars. I've heard nothing but high praises about the game, but I had fun. I didn't play through all of it, but yeah, it's fun for a day. Then there's Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This is such a hard game to rank. I feel like it should be better than Breath of the Wild, because it kind of feels like the Majora's Mask, the Ocarina of Time, where it's like the same world, it's the same assets, but you get to explore in a very different manner. What I liked the most about Breath of the Wild was every shrine, every puzzle, every obstacle. I got to use this sandbox world to feel like I, the player, was cheating the game. I think that's just a big difference of Breath of the Wild, where I didn't have as many options and I still got to find one that worked. Also, it was more expensive, it was bigger, I got lost a lot. I'll put it right here. And then there is Everybody 1-2 Switch. Have not played it, have watched it. I kind of want to play it because I've heard awful things. Apparently, everybody who played it, everyone who worked on it, was like, yeah, this is one of the worst games ever made. And you know what? I respect that. I'll put it at the bottom of the list. Sure, why not? So Pikmin 4, I think this was my game of the year in 2023. There are some things I don't love about it. I think Ochi is awesome, but I think he also makes the game much easier, like significantly easier. One of the best games on the Switch, and it gets bonus points for not being a port like the other Pikmin. F-Zero 99, it doesn't work as well as Tetris, but it definitely works better than Pac-Man. Also, F-Zero in modern day was kind of like surreal, shocking. I definitely had fun. Did I play this for more than a singular day? No, but that was like a fun 2 hours. Next up, we got Detective Pikachu Returns. Oh, it's a sequel and it's bad. I could just make a apparently it sucks tier. I take you at your word. I'll call it bad. Oh my God. And then there's Mario Bros. Wonder. Visually, this game is peak. If I'm just critiquing how nice it is to look at, how much soul oozes out of every single animation, there's nothing else like it. But the bosses suck. Champions Road also kind of sucks. For the first time, I actually wish we had Koopalings, which is how bad the boss fights are if I'm saying that. There's a lot of cool ideas here. It's definitely peak. I think I'll put it at the bottom of peak because I gotta give it up for Wonder. The highs are so high and more frequent, but the lows are very low. Wario Move It though, this was disappointing. I thought it would just be smooth moves. There's no reason why this game shouldn't be as good as Get It Together. It's forgettable. I don't know. Super Mario RPG. Seeing Geno in the 21st century, let's just say that, it's worth it. Like, it is a good remake. I'm not the biggest fan of SMRPG. I think if you play the original, it kind of feels like it's like a 20-30-year-old game. And the remake is a very honest remake, but after playing a lot of other RPGs around it, it just felt like there were some quality of life things I was missing. I think that's a fair placement. And now we got another Code Recollection. This could be an apparently it's good game. Have not played it. In fact, I know nothing about it, but whenever this got announced, I saw people popping off in chat. But Mario vs. Donkey Kong, the GBA version was fun. It's not even that it's forgettable. I love the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. I thought I would have ended up playing it, but I just didn't. I think like I would say it's a good game, but oh, it's $60. Oh, it's $50. My opinion remains unchanged. I think Princess Peach Showtime is like the most fun for a day game of all time because it's not supposed to be profound. It's not this magnum opus of gaming. I kind of had very low expectations and I went into it. I did leave thinking it was like, oh, that was cute. I'm also a massive Peach fan, so there's a lot of joy to be had playing it. It was everything that the game needed to be. It did what it was supposed to and it did it well. And it did it while serving. Endless Ocean Luminous? The fish game, huh? People say it's bad? No, this is a question mark. Dog, I got no idea what the hell this shit is. All right, this one. This sucks because it's like I have to say that the two best games on the Switch aren't even from the Switch? Do I wish Paper Mario TTYD Remake had more to it? Yeah, honestly, I do. But there's a lot of like quality of life stuff that I really like. It's just genuinely not even Mario, just one of the best games ever made. These two are probably in like my top 5 of all time. The partners are fun, the writing is fun, there's heart, there's soul. You got 2 new boss fights, which was fun. It's a great remake of a great game. I think that's all I can say. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. It is the most who-ass port of all time because not only do people not like Luigi's Mansion 2, it doesn't even look as good as 3. I'll say it's forgettable. No, I'll put it lower on the list. It's a real who-ass asked. Now we got Nintendo World Championship NES Edition. When I first saw this, I thought it was gonna be slop. I thought it was gonna be bad, lazy, blah, blah, blah. And then you buy it anyways, because you're just a drone to this goddamn company that doesn't give a shit about you. It's like the Ratatouille moment, you know? When I take a bite of this game and it all comes surging back to me. Video games were so simple, yet you could push yourself with arbitrary challenges. I feel like I am above average than the average gamer at these kinds of things. And this game is hard. And there's like a battle royale mode too, which again, just bumps every game up a little bit for me. Why is this game so good? It feels bad putting this as high as I'm about to, but there is so much fun to be had in this game. Undoubtedly like an actually incredible game. Can I say that about Emio the Smiling Man? When they teased this, I was genuinely like, what the hell is Nintendo doing? They were like saying, look at this new IP we got. And then everyone was like, oh, it's a VN? This goes in the apparently they're good. Like, I just have not even touched this game. I know nothing about it. I cannot comment on it. Oh, there's Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. It's crazy because I started playing fewer and fewer Switch games as time went on. I think this is probably the most mainline Nintendo game I have not played. It's also fun that they just kind of used assets of the Link's Awakening remake. I'll put it in the middle. This is in the Great Divide. I'll even put it at the upper end. This is kind of how good I would expect all these games to be, you know? But then they gave us Jamboree, and I'm gonna put Jamboree in peak. I'm a massive Mario Party fan. I gotta give it up. It's a good enough Mario Party. There are a lot of game modes in it that I think are phenomenal, but I will be honest, there are a lot of reasons why I think the game is lacking. Despite that, it's still a good Mario Party game. But like the more I think about it, the less I like it. I think Jamboree falls around here. The Jamboree mini games with the buddies are all not great. It has 4 duels in it without motion controls. I think the boards are good. All the boards are like average or higher, but there really just aren't enough mini games. They advertise it's the most in the series history, but that's including their 5 item mini games, their 10 Jamboree mini games that you can't get off the board. I don't like no battle mini games. I miss when we had designated battle mini games. I think the real number is around like 50 to 60. And I think that's kind of embarrassing for Mario Party. There's a lot of good in Jamboree, but as a kind of pretentious Mario Party aficionado, there are a lot of things that I would change. Hoopathlon though, goated. No, that much is true. And then we got Brothership, which of all of these recent games, this one's probably the most exciting one. And I gotta say, I played it for a day. I think this is a game that could get better. I put like 4 hours of gameplay into it, and I could not find the motivation to pick it up again. It pissed me off so much that Luigi is mapped to L. It sounds like such a fickle thing to complain about, but why isn't Luigi on B and Mario on A? That's how it's supposed to be. From people who have actually played through all of Brotherhood and beat it, I have heard mixed reviews from it's great to it's okay, but for now, I played it for a day and I was a little let down. Donkey Kong Country Returns, this is forgettable, absolutely forgettable. Like, we are at the end of the Switch's lifespan. We're going out with a whimper and not a bang, which is like kind of what you expect from a console, but then you get Xenoblade Chronicles X. As far as I'm concerned, should be peak. And this one kills me, right? This is like a disgrace to my family. Haven't played it. This is next on my list. I just gotta stop booting up goddamn Marvel Rivals and play the game that's actually gonna make me happy. I know. How have I, the Xenoblade fan, not played X? Well, on the Wii U, I tried to, but I had to use my gamepad to type my name in, and I never played it again. I was kind of waiting for a Switch port, and then it came out, and I was like, oh, what? It came out? So now I actually have to like stand on business. I gotta play through it. So by the time this video goes live, I've probably already played it. So future me, let me know what you think. Oh, and then the last one is Metroid Prime 4. This doesn't exist yet.